My name is Kobby Spiky Nkrumah. It's Tuesday, and that means that I'm here to talk tech with you. And with me is Michael Ajete, aka at Majete, Ajete, Majestic Ajete, and Mr. Underscore Watcher, the only one amongst us with an underscore. That's why he underscores us.
I feel like this hello everyone. I feel like this introduction
I'm not even done introducing.
It really ties into what we're about to talk about today, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah,
You've always been the black sheep.
you've always been a James May.
Who actually? Never mind.
It's not sensible. Yeah, go away.
In Throttle House, who'd he be? I'm Jason Kamisa. Yeah, I was fast. Yeah, for those who didn't get that reference, I'm sorry. Inside jokes are not allowed on this show anymore. Yes, because we alienate some of our listeners who are not car people. We're tech people, so our inside jokes should be techie and should be relatable by the audience.
At this point, we should just start a car show.
Look, cars are just tech with engines.
With wheels, you mean?
Yeah.
That too.
Well, today we're not talking about cars, we're not talking about engines, but we're talking about something that concerns you. Yes, you, the one listening right now, and the person sitting next to you, the person sitting behind you, in front of you, and everyone that is around you. Your identity. The thing that identifies you as you. The thing that separates you from me and him and them. Identity theft is a very serious thing, and now that we have the Ghana card, you have to be protective of your identity because said identity could be stolen. Yes, somebody can steal you and go and do something with you, being where you are, and then be responsible for a crime that you did not commit, but your identity was used to commit. I mean, you've probably seen in the movies where someone steals someone's identity. When we say stealing the identity, it doesn't mean that they're going to do Mission Impossible and then recreate your face in a 3D printing machine and then wear a mask and go and commit a crime. No. We're talking about using the things that identify you as you to commit a crime, i.e. your Ghana card, for instance. It's a unique identifier, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And so, if someone should take that unique identifier to commit a crime, you will be held responsible for that because the system doesn't know that it wasn't you. It knows that it was the identity of you that committed the crime. And as such, since the identity is tied to you, you are in trouble. Well, with that being said, hello guys.
Hello.
Hello.
We're going to go for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll be joined on Zoom by a cybersecurity. Should we call him an expert? Right now, you people make it so difficult to call people experts. Specialist. That's a safer word, no?
Yeah, it will pass.
Yeah. So he gives us the insight. You know, what I want to know is... Wait, I called for a break. I'm not going for a break. You know, hold that break. I'm still very interested in this topic because somebody's identity got stolen.
When? Today?
Not today. Quite recently.
Okay.
And the person's identity was used to go cash a check. Well, this wasn't in Ghana.
Uh-huh.
It was used to cash fake checks. Yes, using their identity, using their name. So they took the checks, filled them out. Obviously, it's not their checks. It's someone else's checks.
Uh-huh.
And you know when you go and cash a check, you need to provide your identity, your ID. And they provided someone else's ID, but obviously with a face that's they're there with. But then the identity is tied to, let's say, you, Michael, and I'm going to cash these fake checks with your identity, with your name, with your Ghana card number and everything.
Everything except my photograph.
So, exactly. Everything except your photograph. I mean, everybody has a doppelganger.
Yeah.
So I could deny that it wasn't me if they see the face. I can always deny it wasn't me. It could have been somebody else. Now, this person manages to cash these checks over a certain period of time, and finally it's flagged. And after it's flagged, what do? They traced it to the ID that was used to cash the checks. Because you know when you go and cash a check, you need to provide the ID. So they followed the ID and arrested this poor gentleman who had nothing to do with it, but had unfortunately posted a picture of his ID on social media.
Is this Ghana?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if it was Ghana, it would be easy because I've seen people post even their phone numbers on Facebook in comment sections. So it's quite possible that it could happen in Ghana.
Similar story to this of a company where someone went on leave and then they got access to his email and pretended to be him, and this was here in Ghana. And then because they thought that they basically by seeing his email, they essentially stolen his online identity. And then and this is the financial controller of the company.
Wow.
Yeah. I said, wow, you told me this story.
Allow me to be surprised.
So because now they had access to the person's email and they waited for the person to go on leave. And now that he was on leave, he then started sending emails. Oh, I'm on leave, but take care of this and do this. And because the financial controller, he's now moving money up and down. And nobody realized it wasn't him till he came back. Because he comes back and he sees it, they're like, what's all this? I'm like, yeah, you told us. They're like, I wasn't even talking to you people. I'm like, yep, identity stolen.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So if you're listening, this is a time for you to be very cautious about your identity. Not only your Ghana card, as we started with, your email addresses and passwords. There's 3 types of identity theft. Number 1, financial identity theft, which is most likely going to be tied to a bank, because as the term goes, financial. So it's definitely financial. So either your bank or your Momo.
That's a big one to lose.
Yeah. We don't have credit cards here, so we don't have credit card thefts. Although some people do have credit cards, but they are prepaid credit cards. So you're safe, because even if they steal the card, it only works when you load it.
Yes.
Winston, do you have any identity? Why are you looking so worried?
I'm not worried. I'm just wondering what the question is. So
But you had this worried look on your face, like I'm about to ask you, have you been identity stolen?
maybe he's on edge because he's going to underscore us.
Aye. So, Winston, do you have any experience with identity theft? That's the question.
I mean, not the financial one. Recently, a friend had her social media identity stolen, which I think is the most common one that happens. Yeah, recently it's been happening a lot, and it was very fascinating because we've heard of it happening before. Even we know people it's happened to, and we heard how it happened to them, and it was like when it happened to her, I was like, you fell for that? That was what my mind
Wait, so
was.
what happened? I'm curious.
So basically, which if I'm sure a lot of people do. So there are people who infiltrate groups.
WhatsApp groups,
Yeah, WhatsApp groups, and they come up with it. They are like, okay, we are come to change the group. We are creating a whole new group or something of the sort. And that's in her situation. It was a medical doctors group, and they were like, okay, we are going to create a new group, and I don't know why.
This is the infiltrators.
Yeah, the infiltrator said they were going to create a new group, blah 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 blah. And it seems the person had already taken the identity of that person. So when he made that post, everybody was like, okay, I know this guy. So if he's creating a whole new group, okay, I know him.
Was he the admin?
Yes, he was the admin, creating a whole new group. Because I think they were going with the argument that there are people who are posting weird stuff, or like the group has been infiltrated, which is funny.
So the infiltrator said the group had been infiltrated, and as a result was going to create a new group and move them all to it.
Yeah. So put them in a new group and then texts her privately that to join the group, he's having a certain code sent to her. Yes.
Right.
Yes. And that she should send him this thing. And well, I mean, to her,
that's a classic case of social engineering.
To her credits, or okay, well, I mean, to talk for her small, she was extremely busy. Like she was focusing on several other things at the same time. So when she got a notification from WhatsApp about a code, she just sent the code to the person, and the person took her WhatsApp.
Interesting.
Yes.
So.
And then the person later on went on to infiltrate other groups
using her identity.
Yeah, and then posting stuff, because I'm in a number of groups with her as well. Posting stuff about some money move or
So a scam, essentially.
Yeah, and then one of the annoying things was that one of the groups, she's an admin, so he kicked all the admins off and took over the group and it made it such that he's the only person who could post in the group. It was just ridiculous.
Now, this is interesting because a lot of this happens. Social identity theft happens. And this instance you gave us, there's one where a friend of mine's identity was stolen, and this person went around to send messages to all the people that she was in groups with asking for money. So, I'm in a tight spot right now. Could you send me 100 Ghana cedis? So imagine then maximum number of people in a group was 256. Assume that 100 people per group, and you're probably in about 10 groups. And you ask, 100 Ghana cedis easy money to part with. Yeah. I mean, we're in an auto group. If I asked Michael, Winston, everybody in our group that, Charlie, I'm in a pickle, I need 100 Ghana cedis. Everybody in that group would be like, oh, Spiky's good for it. Yeah. And send out 100 Ghana cedis.
I mean, we'll laugh at you first, but yeah.
Yeah, why but do I even care?
But I mean, why are we laughing at him?
The infiltrator, does he care that you're laughing? So 100 times 100, he's already gotten his 1K. Moves to the next group, gets another 1K. And you're definitely not in less than 5 groups. No. You're in probably 10, 20 groups.
Your school groups, your work groups, your friends.
I have over 70 groups that I'm in.
Maybe.
And yes, please, let's not go there. But basically, that's why my WhatsApp has a tab for chats and a tab for groups, because that's complicated.
See where
look at that. All this WhatsApp groups. Look at all that. So imagine that this infiltrator gets into any of these groups as I and requests for 100 Ghana cedis from everyone. Even my enemy would give the 100 Ghana cedis so they can say, but Spiky said if I give 100 Ghana before. So that infiltrator is making away with 1,000 cedis minimum from each group. So multiply that by 10 groups, that's 10,000 Ghana cedis. Now that's a victim a day. 7 victims a week. 70,000 Ghana cedis a week. In a month, 280,000 Ghana cedis a month. This is just social identity theft. The person just stole one person's identity, or should I say, borrowed on your account 100 Ghana cedis. So and let's just say that this was an amount that people were actually going to ask you back.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about now. Because
so
I'm like,
you are owing 280,000 Ghana cedis in a month.
No, but
let's say you pay, so 70,000. You're owing 70,000 that you did nothing for.
No, but my question now in that situation is, who is supposed to pay?
What proof do you have that you were hacked?
No, but why didn't you, the giver of the money, also do just a little?
Would you ever do due diligence if I asked you for 100 Ghana cedis?
I feel like you wouldn't text me that.
You feel like it, but until I do, you don't know that you would actually do that.
I will still call.
You are James May.
Yeah. I will still call.
You are James May. It's understandable.
So this is what will happen. I will call to find out if you are okay.
That is what you do.
Yeah, and then
it's not even just about verifying that about the money.
It's 100 Ghana cedis.
Yeah, but I'll still call and be like, is everything okay?
How many people do you think would do that?
So that's on them, isn't it?
No, that's just human behavior.
Like your man is not a good example for this.
That's why I don't understand why he's answering to this.
Okay.
Winston, we've said it. You are underscore.
Okay.
So you do not fall into the category of the regular people. Allow us regular people to have regular conversations. You are the kind of person that goes to look at periodic table to just make sure that the thing I can't talk stuff. It's too complicated for my own brain.
But that's the account.
Yeah, like you are the kind of person to write a sentence with elements from the periodic table. That is you, Winston. See, that side is like, I know I will do that. As we were saying, Michael, as regular people, you
Spiky sends you a message like, I need 100 Ghana cedis. I'll pay you back real quick. I just need for something real quick. Okay, boom.
Even if I don't even say I'll pay you back, you send it.
Yeah.
Charlie, I day here, my full short. I need 100 Ghana cedis. I left my wallet at home. I need 100 Ghana cedis. I've given you a reason. Why do you have to call me again?
A person I'm very familiar with using a number. As far as at the time, I don't know your phone has been hacked.
Exactly.
Right? If a random stranger asks me that thing, instant block. I mean, where do I know you from?
But this is a familiar number, familiar face, a familiar person.
I would.
And it's 100 Ghana cedis.
I would
In some
ask.
cases, imagine if it was 550 Ghana.
I would still ask.
I'm not asking you.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, but basically, the solution to all this is to be like Winston. Ask.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we have to agree that in this instance, being like Winston is actually
the best
way to avoid.
And as really is the easiest way to deal with a lot of these things. Just simply ask.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
your 2 CD call credits versus 100 Ghana, and like I said, I'm not even calling you because of the money. I'm just calling to check on you, like, oh.
But there's some people that don't like to make calls, Seth. You know me. Me, like,
I don't either, but I would make that call because I'm like, oh, you are stranded in Sunyang. Oh, okay. What are you doing there?
Yeah, that's a question that Winston would ask, and that's totally understandable. I would not ask you what are you doing now. I'll ask you when are you coming back, or like what's up.
I won't even bother. Like, you're there this time. Okay.
Yeah, you know, like Obi is up in the mountains by now.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm short. I couldn't reach the station. Help me get
100 Ghana cedis. Okay,
Okay.
cool. Sent. So,
Yeah.
anyways, we've been joined by Alfie. Alfie Rains is a cybersecurity analyst, and he's gonna give us some insight into the minds of these infiltrators. Alfie, hi.
Hi, Spiky. What's up? How's it going?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so Alfie, let's start first with a social identity theft, because in Ghana, that's the most prevalent. You have people stealing people's identities on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Instagram, all that. I want you to give us an insight into the mind of, I wouldn't want to call them hackers, because this thing is just social engineering at its best. It's just a psychological trick. So a confidence trickster, basically, a digital confidence trickster. Can you give us a deep dive into the brains of these people? What's their motive besides the money?
So basically the motive is to stay off track, like stay off the books. You know, aside from the money, they know what, like, you know, what the actions they are performing is illegal. You know, breaking into, you know, using somebody's identity details without their consent and all that is illegal. Now, if Ghana, for example, with this whole mobile money fraud and all this, how do you call it? Identity theft that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people put their actual information out there, and you know, at the beginning, like Facebook, you know, I want everybody to know that it's me. I want my friends to be able to find me. But that has led to people that has bridged the gap where literally your people's entire lives are on social media. So the whole idea is, I'm going to portray at this person. If it backfires, it is this person. It's not me. You know, and so you know, like, I mean, the cybersecurity space, when you look at all the tools, they basically phishing, like you said. Sorry. Oh, my video. Sorry, Spiky. Can you hear me, Spiky?
Oh my goodness.
Spiky,
Yeah, we can hear you.
you can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. So basically, in a nutshell, it's just a matter of trying to live the life of someone you are not.
If you could speak up a bit, because you sound very, very low.
Okay. I think it might be the airport. Just a second.
Okay, so while we try to sort out Alfie's audio, back to the studio. So, Winston, you see, I'm just going to read a message. Most people won't call. It will seem shameful, as though you are calling to probe why your friend needs 100 Ghana cedis. Winston is weird. Winston.
Which is why I pointed out that my
Yeah, you're not calling to but you see, calling to even pseudo check up on someone is weird because they ask you, "Hunter, would you have called me regardless?" Like that's the thing. It comes across as you're calling to verify whether I need 100 Ghana. That's what it sounds like.
Okay, it can sound like that to
even
you, but
if you don't say it, the moment I send a message, you immediately call like, say, why are you trying to emphasize that I am broke? We all know the truth.
no, but like, okay. Now,
But, yes.
let me take it from this point of view. Okay, fine. Hitherto, these things were not happening. I would still call. I would call, and maybe that could make me weird. But now,
Not maybe.
In this current climate, where we know that these things are happening, I mean, shouldn't it go without saying that you would?
Yeah. So now,
Yeah.
Winston's weird is allowed.
Okay.
So if thanks for your message, Winston's weird is allowed now. If anybody calls you to ask for 100 Ghana, like not calls, texts to ask you for 100 Ghana CDs in a WhatsApp group, you need to clarify if it's actually them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a few minutes.
So, Alfie, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, but your sound is still very low. We are struggling to hear you here.
Wow.
But you can continue.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if it is gotten any better.
Yeah, I think it's much better.
Much better. Okay. So yes, sorry about the bad sound, but yeah. So back to what we were saying. I just think the whole point is people trying to live the lives of others to perpetuate a crime. They know it's a crime, and so and then now everything is based off on trust. So if somebody steals your identity and he's able to get close to associates or people that are close to you in their circles, because there's trust, because the person thinks, with our world, people really don't like doing verifications. They don't like verifying information when it comes. So a typical one is just a month or two ago, the Instagram phishing thing was in the wild. And someone from your contact sends you a message and says that help them vote in this competition that they've joined. And then, because you think that it's your friend, because your friend is the only one who will send you that message via Instagram. And if when the incident happened, your friend is not, responsive enough to probably get the account back or alert his contacts that my account has been compromised, anybody who sends you a message, you are going to believe because it is built and based on from trust. So help me vote, and then you click the link. You think you are signing in with your Instagram account, and then you're also hacked. So with the identity theft in the mind, it's just a matter of trust, bridging between the gap of trust and the end user and the victim. Getting the victim to trust me that it is this associate that is actually talking to you when it's not.
So here's the thing. I think the one that a lot of people have experienced would be the WhatsApp one, where we know some people are actually even beginning to think that people are actually hacking their accounts. They're not doing any phishing. What goes on? How does this happen?
With the WhatsApp, yeah. No, I think Spiky, come again. I didn't get you. I didn't get you.
Where you'll be someone's just there, and all of a sudden his account is compromised, her account is compromised, and they get into the groups, do stuff, and they can't. The user can't even get the actual owner of the account can't even get back their WhatsApp. How does this happen?
Okay, so that obviously that will come in, like more like a malware as a play, because that is a bit in depth to take over somebody's WhatsApp phone. I mean, now WhatsApp tried to make it as secure as possible, where if someone has logged into your WhatsApp web, there's a notification that is popping up on your screen to know that someone has logged into your WhatsApp web. So if someone takes over your account, normally, yeah, I don't know how rampant it is in our parts, but with WhatsApp, when you're trying to set this up on a new phone, it sends the verification code to you. All right. And so if for some reason your SIM card is compromised, it's a point of vulnerability. There are ways where people actually install, especially on Android phones. People easily install applications that is supposed to probably help them stream a service, but at the background it has a spoofing service which is literally forwarding all your SMSs. So once the attacker tries to set up your WhatsApp account on his end, the moment the code comes to you, it is forwarded to him, and then you are logged out. That it just gets sophisticated by the day. The attacks, that one is just an actual hack.
So basically, you shouldn't go and be looking for places to watch Chelsea match free or Manchester United free on the internet.
You understand?
Pay
any app.
Pay and then watch.
Yeah. If you can't verify the app, if people don't, like I'm saying, we don't like verification. If you can't verify the app, you can't verify the developer. People don't like checking reviews. You're trying to install an application. You can just Google the application, look at the reviews. If somebody has had a bad experience with it, the person will share it. You will find it.
True, but you see, the thing is also that we as Ghanaians, we also don't like writing reviews.
And also, most of these apps, people get them as APKs.
Yeah, they don't download them from the official stores.
Yes.
But then if you Google it,
Sometimes
somebody could have done a review of it, or there could be news about it out there that this app
that's data
is
I could
bad.
be using to watch my football match.
Yeah, well, that's true. Well, if you have any questions as well, you can send us, or any experiences with this identity theft, 055 11 11 997, 055 11 11 997, 055 11 11 997. Share with me your experiences or your questions. So, first question here is, or message here says, I'm confused though. If my phone is hacked and money is sent onto my number, will that money go to the hacker? That's Bright for me saying, wait, if his phone is hacked and money is sent onto his number, will that money go to the hacker?
You talk about mobile money.
Oh, so no, the hacker can actually forward the money to if your phone is hacked. There's so many different ways of being hacked.
True.
Yeah, if the person has remote access to your whole phone, they probably already know your PIN. They know all your passwords. All they have to do is just dial *170# on your phone and then forward it. So don't be installing apps that you don't know where they're coming from, because some of them can give hackers access to your phone. And update your stuff. Hi, Spike. So with the scenario on the 100 Ghana cities, tell Winston, yes, that one reason that I wouldn't call is because I will feel like it will be embarrassing to you to have that convo with me on voice. So it's easier for you to ask via text message. So I wouldn't call Kra. I'll just send the money and may never even ask you about it again. Yep. Layla Pencil.
So,
you see?
So my response to that is very simple. Just based on the fact that okay, let's use you, Spike. You, Spikey, would text me
everything.
You would believe that I will send you the money that easily. Means that we have a relationship where it wouldn't be embarrassing to talk about, Charlie, what they go on.
You've now been in a position where, like, you've legit tried all your unembarrassing sources to no avail, and you have to now go to your embarrassing sources. And it has to go like, Charlie, yo, usually I don't do this, but
I guess maybe my approach will always be is always, because sometimes, okay, another great thing about those things for me is that I'm not always on my phone. So you probably text me and I haven't seen it in an hour or two. So when I come back, I'm coming to call or a text be like, oh, everything cool, because I don't know. Okay, I get you guys. I get where you guys
see,
are coming
majority of us are like Layla and Ifwa.
I get
would
that.
actually not call.
Yeah.
Because it's 100 Ghana cities.
Fair.
right? So
Then I feel like I should text all of you to send me 100 Ghana cedi. At this point,
well, you just told us.
I'm going to text it.
Yeah,
You just told us. So
put in
put
the
in the
chat
group.
right
Yes.
now. See what happens.
Let's see how many people will actually send it to you.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
should be interesting.
So try that and let's see. And you'd be surprised that some people actually would send it. Plus charges. Okay, so with this social identity theft, and Alfie did mention the example of the Instagram one. And this was interesting because my own niece, her account was hacked and sent me, and she's always in these competitions. So when I got that, but for the fact that I was me, I would have fallen for it. I clicked it and I saw the URL. It was a Facebook login page. First thing I looked at was the URL.
Wasn't Facebook.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Like, look who goes here trying to hack ye. No, I'm not falling for this. So I went back to her on a different platform to tell her, you've been hacked. She's like, yes.
Wow.
She knew, but she was now trying to get it back. So, see, Nana Kwesi also says, I won't call either.
Okay, guys. I guess what instead of us focusing on you're not calling Ness, shall we focus on the fact that you need to call?
Well, you need to verify. It
Yes.
doesn't necessarily have to even be a call.
So at this point, okay, since you guys don't want it to be embarrassing, I feel like you and a friend should be like, you ask them, you know, when you go to the bank, like
Yeah,
when
your passphrase.
yeah, not necessarily your passphrase. Sometimes the banks will ask you your last 3 transactions.
So what's our
So
last
it'll be
three
like,
chats?
Charlie, the time we go so and so place, what's up? And then if you're able to remember that story,
means
then
it's
be
not-
like, yes, it's
Well, yeah,
legit.
I think at that point now we would all understand that. Well, this is also because if someone hacks your WhatsApp, they don't have access to your previous messages.
Yes.
Right. So that new message, and also you notice a change in the.
People don't turn that feature on.
Yes.
It's extremely important.
People, if you're listening and you're on WhatsApp, because this is what happens a lot, turn on the notification for if someone changes their, what do you call it? The security code.
Yeah, the security code will change when the person changes a device they
Yes.
are using.
Except you're my friend and you'll be getting that a lot.
See, there's only one person whose security code changes more than yours.
Who?
Adam.
Yes. I mean, that I can understand. Between the two of us, I can understand
Yeah.
totally. So if you notice that the person's security code changed, that's if you've turned on this feature and it's in your settings. So turn that on so you get notified when the security code is changed.
Yeah.
Then right after that, you get asked for 100 Ghana cedis or more or less. Question mark.
So to get it in your settings, is when you open your WhatsApp settings, you go to account, then you go to security, and then it's something you are supposed to toggle. It's show security notification on this device. Basically, what it will show is that what happens with WhatsApp is that they create a unique tunnel for your what we call encryption for your device, so that when you're texting, nobody can hack into it. But
Nobody can intercept.
your messages. So what happens when you change devices is that it's a whole new device, so they have to create a whole new encryption code for that device. So when you turn this feature on, anytime it will send you a notification before you even text the person that this person's security code has changed.
Yeah.
And maybe that should give you enough reason to call the person.
So if you notice that somebody's security code has changed, call the person. Is that what you're saying? Or when
No.
they ask you for
Well,
money.
yeah, if the security code has changed and they ask you for money, yeah.
Or maybe they questioned me and took my phone.
Okay.
And I just got a new SIM and I just bought a new phone. So I put a SIM in my new phone. But because they questioned me, they've taken my money, they've taken my bag. So I don't have any means to communicate.
How did you get a new SIM if they're taking your money? You pay for the SIM. Come on.
My size one Ghana. Maybe
It's
I
not one Ghana. I've done this recently.
It's
It's
how
not
much
one
now?
Ghana. I think it was like you're supposed to pay for the SIM and they are supposed to buy a certain amount of airtime.
So it's how much now?
It was like 10 CDs
Hey.
to get the whole process, if I remember correctly.
Okay. So never mind.
Spoiling the argument.
Like, you see, ladies and gentlemen, this is why we call Winston the underscore. He has to come and come out
Cut the
everything
legs
from
out
under we.
everything.
Like, why are you like this?
Oh, I was we're about to go on a break.
Are we now? The break that I called for a long time
Yeah.
ago that you stopped me from
Yeah,
going on.
and you guys should check the group.
How many people are sending you the money?
Let-
We'll be right back after this commercial break. And we're back. Geek Squad is proudly brought to you by MTN. MTN, everywhere you go. Your data, you take watch we on the live stream, powered by MTN on Facebook, on YouTube. Today I didn't talk about all the places you can find us. So I'm going to do that right now. You can find us on Telegram, t.me/JoyGeek Squad. Twitter with the hashtag JoyGeek Squad. If you missed any episode, we are on Spotify. You can find us there. My Joy Online and Adom Online apps. On the My Joy Online website itself, Adom Online website itself. On YouTube, Joy997. On Facebook, Joy997. Where again can you find us? Just Google hashtag JoyGeek Squad. And there we are. Unmissable. So we have Alfie back. Hi, Alfie.
Hi, Spiky.
Yes. So here's what we want you to do. Tell us, how can we protect ourselves from these identity thefts on WhatsApp, Instagram, everywhere, including even the financial ones?
Well, that is broad. Protecting yourself, first, you have to be mindful of what personal information you put out there. Information about, especially the bio data. So you have to be very mindful who you're sharing information with. If you're like me, who like
when you say bio data, like my date of birth.
Wow.
Alfie, why the hackers don't want us to talk to you? Don't want you to help us prevent them from getting us. Kwekwana says, why are you? Stop your people. So let me read some of the messages while we try and get Alfie back. So Nanakwesi said, Winston. That's not. That Mame says, Winston, don't mind Spiky and Michael. I'll also call to find out. Someone sending me such a message by WhatsApp is a person I am like that with. So it won't be embarrassing at all.
Yeah, we are all brethren.
General Chairman Kobby Spiky Nkrumah. This is Douglas.
Yes.
I think once in a while you should clear all your apps on your phone. With those hackers, as we are thinking of solution, they're also ahead though. So what should be the basic security for you not getting hacked? Douglas, Alfie's going to be telling us in a bit. We have Alfie back. Yes, Alfie is back. So Alfie was saying that do not share your bio data. When you say bio data, you mean like our date of birth and things that...
Yeah,
right.
First name, where you live, your house address. And now that Ghana card is a big thing. If you do a photocopy of it and then you use it at the bank or whatever, you have to, if you're taking the paper after the transaction, make sure it's well shredded if you don't have plans to use it again. And with social media, you have to verify everything. Don't trust the links. Always look at the URL. Be mindful of what you click. Yeah.
When mentioning the bank thing, one of our listeners before had an interesting experience where she filled out a form at the bank, made a mistake and threw it in the bin. And some guy went back for the form, because you're asked to write your phone number on it, and got her phone number from it to call her. So this is one thing you should be very mindful of. When you make a mistake on that form, before you dispose of it, blot out wherever you've written.
Mistake on any financial documents.
No, but those check deposit and cash deposit forms.
I'm hyper paranoid about.
Me, I keep mine in my pocket. Even though I make a mistake, I put it back in my pocket.
And then dispose of it, burn it somewhere else.
So go and burn it. Take it home. Yes, Alfie, please continue.
Yeah, because there are a lot of people out there who are even just scouting for a piece of information. Even from when I use the ATM, I never take receipts. I always choose to perform the transaction without receipt. There are people, I've been to the ATM a couple of times, and I've seen some people leave their...
Hanging right from the ATM.
Sorry?
Hanging right from the ATM.
Yes, right from it. With the first 6 and last couple of digits of their credit card, the amount, the balance, and all that. So these are things that you have to be very, very, very paranoid about. And then when it comes to the mobile money section, literally, if you're not expecting money from anybody, if somebody calls you, ask questions. You know, sometimes some of the people that have actually fallen victim to some of these fraud is actually, should I say, their greed got the best of them. Because sometimes these perpetrators will sell very, very yummy stories to you, and if you're not smart or you don't think ahead, I mean, you don't try to piece one or two together, trust me, you will end up emptying your account for them.
Like an
and the guys are devising you is day in and day out.
Yeah.
You know, like at least now, people sending you an SMS with the subject mobile money has been blacklisted. So
right.
I know the telcos have patched that for now. But the guys are always devising new ways. So if you're not expecting money, you have to ask questions. Even if you're, like 2 days ago, I've been there. I mean, I got some payments received for some unknown vendors. The money is in my account. I'm not really, because I don't know what it's about. I wasn't expecting money from anybody. You know.
So you know chop the money.
Right?
So you know chop the money.
Oh no, I'm not going to.
Oh, I like this energy because honestly, my thing with when those calls are going through, I'm always like, you can just call the telco, and they will go through the necessary processes. And if the telco calls me, that someone has really sent, then that's when with their official number. That's when we'll be like, okay, well, you also need to know the official numbers.
Oh, and they actually always publish these things. MTN is constantly telling you, do not accept any calls talking about mobile money if it's not from this number.
Yeah.
You know, so you should know this. Who's this message from? Oh, please add your number, you mean your name when you send messages. He says you should try Google and query your name, handles, and phone number frequently on platforms, especially Google. Yes, so try Googling your phone number. That's from Jar Mystic. Yes, Bob Marley himself sent us that message. So Nana Kwesi also comes back to say that I will verify before making any move. It's just that the recipient might feel you being too difficult or too known. They'll go like just 100 Ghana and you're asking too many questions. You is fine, forget it.
$10. $10.
$10.
It's the new blast. So, Alfie, and with one thing that is actually really happening right now also is these Facebook and Instagram account takeovers. People are there one moment, the next moment, the accounts are gone. What should they also be looking out for?
Which people?
Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah. The way they lose their accounts through
to hackers.
Well, like I think I mentioned that you have to be mindful of the links. Instagram has only one URL, Instagram.com. There is no Insta3gram.com. There's no Insta,
Yeah.
When people, these guys try to be very smart. So they can clone it, get a domain that looks like it, and the moment you just see Insta at the beginning and you don't complete the URL and you assume that you're on Facebook or Instagram, you will just be putting yourself in a big mess. And these guys, the moment they get into your account, they turn on two-factor authentication. So getting back your account becomes very difficult. And it is one thing that a lot of users are not taking advantage of. Two-factor authentication. That way, even if your account gets compromised, the hacker needs, or this person trying to fish your account, he needs to have those 6 digits randomly generated codes from your authenticator app. And it's not too difficult to set it up, but I think people are very, very, very lazy. When it comes to setting up 2FAs and all that. So it's one of the things that you should do. When you're on all the social media platforms now have 2FA applications. I mean, two-factor authentication modules in their application. So just set it up. If you don't want to use the SMS, I personally don't like using the SMS because, I mean, even you could be SMS spoofed. So authenticator, I know the code is on my phone only.
Right. So one last one. How do you protect your Ghana card from identity theft?
Ghana card, if you are not performing an official transaction, even that one, I don't think you should even make exceptions. I'll give you an example. I sold a car to someone a couple of months back, and the car was previously registered in my name. And then the person has also gone to resell it, and they want to go and do transfer of ownership. And the moment they called me, they were like, please send us a Ghana card on WhatsApp. And I was like, why? He said, we are going to do change of ownership. I was like, no. It's either I'm going with you or you guys, because I don't know you. I can't send you my Ghana card. So your trust score for everybody has to be 0. You cannot, even my bank was asking me to send my Ghana card so they could update my record. I told them I'll come there myself. You know, and then you should always ask questions when you're using your Ghana card. The soft copy especially, because all the attacker needs is to get a soft copy of it.
What will they do with it?
It has all the bio data they need, so they can use it for anything they want. So
give me just one example of what they can use the bio data on my Ghana card for. We've got just 1 minute.
What they can use it for?
Yeah, one example.
One example is it is literally becoming the number one form of identity document. So if I send it to someone, I know someone is by the roadside registering SIM card. I send someone, I don't go my like, oh please, can you create a SIM card for this colleague of mine? He just came back. He's not around. Or I give an excuse. So I have a photocopy of it.
Right.
The SIM card person, the vendor who is doing the SIM card registration, takes a picture of the photocopy or the picture I have on my phone.
And uses that to register.
That bio data to register a SIM card.
Right.
For me. So
that
imagine if somebody uses that SIM card to
perpetrate a fraud.
You know, perform a fraudulent transaction. If MTN is being queried, they check their DBs and it's your name. But here's the case, you're not the one using the SIM card.
Right. Thank you so much, Alfie, for that insight. And rather unfortunately, we ran out of time. Thank you very much to my producer, Prince Safo, Abeku Sankofi, Dennis the Fairboy, Tracy Newman. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Winston, for joining me. My name is Kobby Spiky Nkrumah. Up next is the news. Maxwell is already here, so I'm going to just throw the baton straight to him, and we're